Good evening. And once again, welcome to this session. So today we will, of course, understand how are we going to take Sahaja ahead. So we will summarize whatever we have learned in the past 2 months, and then we'll give you certain directions as to what are the things which are available online, and how what are the things that we should also do in order to take these things ahead. Okay, whatever we have learned and how to continue into this. All right, so that is the objective agenda of today's discussion. uh, but before we of course go ahead, let us just meditate together for some time. So first of all, let us first raise the kundalini and put bandhan, and try to bring our attention within ourselves, right? So that is what we usually do. So I request everybody to raise the kundalini and put bandhan. So the moment we do this, our whole attention comes within. So the first time we raise, tie a knot on the top. The second time through the different nadi. The second nadi. The third, so that the kundalini goes through each of the nadis. And third time we tie 3 knots. And then we will put ourselves into bandhan. So when we move our hands, let us just watch, are we able to feel the movement of energy around us? Slowly and steadily that sensitivity will come. All right. So now let us keep both the hands on our lap. So the fingers should be a little open. And when we close our eyes, so that our attention comes on the hands, right? On inside us, what is happening. And we should be able to feel the energy flow through the hands. We should be able to also slowly feel what are the states of the chakras on the tip of the fingers. So this is a new awareness which comes in. So initially it may take some time, it takes some time for the sensitivity of our hands to go and become clearer, so that it can perceive it very clearly. But when we practice it every day, this sensitivity increases. So let us see if the energy is flowing equally in both the hands. Which fingertips is the pressure a little higher? Some fingers it's very light, there is no problem, the energy flows nicely, you don't feel any hurdle there. But in some in the some of the tip of the fingers, we may feel a little pricking. So from within, the kundalini actually guides us. We don't have to depend on anybody. It guides us and tells us, now today maybe you should concentrate on this chakra, clear it, and then meditate. It also tells which chakra is not okay. And then of course how we learned in the previous, we have to go to that chakra and find out, achha, why does it catch? If there is a block, what could be the reasons for the block? And then when we see ourselves, we will realize. Okay, so let us put our attention on our hands and just see, can we feel, how are we feeling on the tip of our fingertips? First the left hand, all the 5 fingers, the center of the palm, and the bottom of our palm. Those are the 7 points. Similarly, on the right hand, how are we feeling on each of the fingertips? And if you watch our central nervous system, there also we can feel, we feel a balance? How are we feeling in the mind? From the top of the head, So those are the sensitive points which will give us a guidance. Okay, all right. So uh, let us start today's session. So it will be very quick. Then I would like to have some interaction with all of you. You can ask some questions, and then of course we will try and meditate. Okay. So very quickly, I'll not take much time here. One thing we'd like to say is Sahaja Yoga is not only not theory. Theory is there, but it is more practical, and it is saying that there has to be a transformation from within, and that journey, as we say, is what we call as a journey of becoming. All right. So we were not skilled earlier in certain things, right? So, for example, if you know driving, you have understood, acha, this is car, this is brake, this is accelerator, this is how we do. So whatever we have done theory till now is like that. But until and unless you drive the car, you cannot become the driver, right? So that is a difference between the knowing of a subject and becoming that aspect. So similarly, for example, we know that this is the Muladhara Chakra. We now know where it is. That's a theory part. Like how somebody gives us a theory class of driving, that's what we have done. But the practical part is to become that quality of that chakra. So do we practice that innocence? Do we practice purity? Are we feeling the joy? So similarly for Swadhisthana Chakra, for Nabhi Chakra. So when we practice and each of the qualities of the chakra starts manifesting within us, that's when we say Sahaja Yoga is becoming in our lives. Okay, so that is the aspect of becoming. Second is that it happens slowly. It's a natural process. So if something happens immediately, please understand it is not natural. So as a tree cannot grow immediately. Then it has to, the seed has to sprout slowly, become bigger and bigger, and then the tree evolves. Similarly, if you see children, they just grow and suddenly you make out, Are Baba, they have become such big, adults from children, how they become slowly and steadily. So Sahaja Yoga is a natural process, and that process is called as the becoming process. Okay, so all these qualities, it should start showing in our character. So first is to become aware of it, but second is to also practice it, and it happens also slowly. And the good point is that these qualities are inherently built within us. We may not know it sometimes, but sometimes just by understanding it and when we meditate and as the chakras open up, a lot of these qualities come automatically. But sometimes when we practice the opposite of that, so then we have to practice the whole thing again. Okay, so that is what it comes. Then it is actually a transformational journey. So that is what it is. And of course, the destination is that we have to become the Atma. So the feeling, the vibrations that we were talking about, the sensitivity, that we should feel energy flow, it is nothing but feeling the Atma, the light of the Atma. So when the Atma, when it comes here, it's so in the heart, when it reflects here, the seat is here, it fills our brain with these energy. Okay, so that is how it is communicating. And the more and more we realize this, then we realize what is it that we are made up of. Okay, so this is where is the Sahaja Yoga becoming journey. So in order to achieve all of this, what should we do? How do we go ahead? What are the things that we should do every day, maybe once in a week or whatever? So first, of course, is meditation. And in Sahaja Yoga, it's very simple. It's not something that we have to do very complicated, but it has to be done continuously. So meditation every day, morning and evening, in front of the photograph of Sri Mataji is very, very important. This cannot be compromised. So this is something, if you have to really take it ahead, we have to really progress in the spiritual life, in understanding everything about this whole life, then meditation is the first and most important step. 5-10 minutes, that's all. Don't have to do it very long, but it is important. Second, cleansing ourselves, because these chakras and nadis are very constrained as of now. So for that, we have to do foot soaking every day. Every day. If we don't have a physical bath, it is okay, but the spiritual bath, which is the bath of the chakras, is very important. Third is collective meditation. Once in a week, we have to all sit together in a place along with our brothers and sisters and meditate physically. So that is why going to a physical meditation class is also very important. And now that you have understood the basics, so when you go there to our physical centers, you have to just sit together and just spend that 1 hour, where in a collective when we meditate, it is magical. So once in a week, if you can do that, it is very important. Next one is that in order to understand our qualities and imbibe them, so what we covered was very, very basics, in these classes. But Srimataji has given speeches after speeches, and how do we, so we have to listen to them at least, so, and they're all available on the internet. Okay, just type, a topic will come and you can just, and I'll show you how to do it now. So you just have to listen to that, and that itself transforms. It's tremendous. Okay, and there's no topic which is where she was not talked about. Deeper aspects, subtler aspects of each chakra, of each deity in the chakra, on whether it is science, it is medicine, whether it is children upbringing, whether it is business, anything, everything she has covered in her speeches. There are more than 5,000 of them. In 40 years of time, when she was here, she gave tremendous amount of speeches, and that is, I think, a storehouse of information and transforming information. The moment we listen, it happens magically that it works within. Okay. Of course, we also have some seminars that we keep on doing. So please attend them. When you come to our meditation centers, you will understand them. Okay. And we have to keep improving the sensitivity. Now, vibration sensitivity is the one which will guide us from within. We have this mother who guides us. The only thing is we are not able to understand her, decipher her. We are not able to, seek the guidance. We are not able to see or feel. More important is to feel this, because it will tell us where is the imbalance. Today, where is the imbalance? Every moment it changes. So we have to become sensitive to improving the feeling of energy. That happens with meditation. So in meditation, our attention should go towards what is my Atma telling me, to the vibrations and the chakras. We will be able to find out. So that is something that we have to do. And then, of course, we have to also introspect and keep seeing where is the problem within me. And when you listen to Srimataji's speeches, this introspection happens automatically. Okay, so there's a small chart. I will show you that chart of Sahaja Yoga. So in short, I would say this is the few things that we should do. If you want to take this ahead, then we have to continue this meditation. Okay, we have to do foot soaking every day. Once a week, we should attend a collective. Whenever we have time, keep listening to small speeches of Srimataji. You will get a storehouse of information of what is wrong that we do, what are the qualities of the chakra, why it catches, and then you can relate to it. Okay, we attend some seminars and all, and then you have to every minute keep improving the sensitivity of vibrations. That's very, very important, and that happens when we do meditation every day. Our attention should come towards that. Can I feel? Am I feeling more? Those experiences are tremendous in Sahaja Yoga, but you have to do it continuously. Yeah, and then watch yourself and find out where is my problem. What is my problem? How do I improve? Okay, so that is called as the introspection. What is it that I'm doing wrong? If I correct it, then the improvement will happen. Okay, so this is as simple how to take it ahead. And as I told you, Sahaja Yoga has got nothing to do with money. This is free, and all of this, what you do, is free of cost. This doesn't cost you anything. But doing it will improve so much that you get such a tremendous benefit, whether it is medically, physically, emotionally, mentally. The amount of benefits are tremendous. The only thing is we don't give ourselves that much amount of time. Okay. So if you want to find out our center addresses, now that is we are in Bangalore, you can find out whether it is in India, any state of India, you can find out on the line. You will get the addresses. Okay, so I will show you the Sahaja center addresses that you can get from the Bangalore thing. Okay, so if you just go to the internet and just type Sahaja center addresses in Bangalore. Okay, and you will get all the addresses. And if you go into the website here, we have done called sahajoga-karnataka.org. So once you go into the website, that is you'll get the page where all the centers. Oh, oh, I think there's something has happened to the account. But otherwise, you will get it here. We will just check this up. Where you'll get all the center addresses. We have about 20 in Bangalore. I will share this afterwards also after this. And and we have it usually in some schools, and it's free of cost. You can come there, sit together, meditate. We'll be putting a lecture of Sri Mataji, listen to it. We will have some 15-20 minutes of meditation. But when we sit together, it creates a tremendous amount of thing, right? Okay, so this is the one aspect of it. Second is that there are many YouTube channels, or I would say the main thing is called as this amruta.org. Okay, so if you go to this amruta.org, I'll just type it off again. Amruta.org. Okay, so this is called as this Nirmal Vidya Amruta. So here all the speeches of Sri Mataji are arranged in the order. Like for example, if you go to talks in chronological order, so from 1970, on 5th of May, Sri Mataji started Sahaja by the opening of the Sahasrara. So since then, all the speeches are arranged in that same date. Afterwards she's given, and a lot of speeches are recorded. Okay, so from 1970 onwards. Okay, so wherever she used to go. So I'll just take 1 year, for example, 1980, or let me go to 82, because from there the video recordings had started. So if you go date wise, okay, so in that year she has given 162 speeches, and at different places. She was in Bombay, she is in Maharashtra here, and then so January I think she was in Maharashtra, and then February she went to Delhi, then into London on in March. So after that in Europe, France, and everywhere. So there are different speeches that she has given. They are recorded. There are videos. She's talked about every aspect, about Kundalini. You as soon as you go, you can go to these speeches, and if you go, for example, uh, you know, uh, I'm just going to press one of them. So once you select, you get the whole speech, which is there in YouTube. This is an audio, and you also have the transcript of that. You can read it, but I would suggest it is more important for you to listen to it. Listening makes a huge difference, or seeing it makes a huge difference. So, for example, here the subtle slavery. Okay. Uh, So if you go, then you will find the videos also. So wherever the videos are recorded, it is there. Okay. Now this is a speech, and you have the whole thing also. So you can play, listen to it. You can listen to the audio also when you're walking or whatever. Or, you can just watch this. So this is a huge storehouse of that. Second, there is something called as Nirmal Gyan program. If you put Nirmal Gyan program on YouTube, okay. So I've just put this. You will get this channel. So once you go here, and if you go here, there is a lot of playlists that we have created, where you have, on different topics. Like now today, we were playing this chakra, this one, on each of the chakras, you see. This is the chakra. So, the chakra becoming. So if you go into this folder, you will get on Muladhara, Swadhisthana, Nabi. We have been playing from here. Okay, all the lectures. So this is how you can go through each of these, and there are many playlists. So, and these are very small. There are some extracts of those. So if The speeches sometimes are very long, half an hour, 1 hour, 1.5 hour. So these are certain aspects taken out of different topics. So you can get those in case you do not want to listen. So I would say if you want to listen to Shrimatiji's lecture, so these are the two good sources. Of course, in YouTube, you just go and type Sahaja Yoga or Shrimataji Nirmala Devi, and you'll keep getting speeches. Everything is there on the net, and it is free of cost. Okay, so these are the two sources from where you can get this. Okay, and then of course we have to keep looking at the vibrations, and then so most important is to correlate. So sometimes now we would have forgotten. So the way to correlate, it will be there in terms of just 1 minute. I'll show you the. Okay, this is the PPT. All right. Okay, it's not this. Just 1 minute. So I'll send across this chart to you. Okay, now for example, the sensitivity of the vibrations. So when you look at it, for example, and let us say this middle finger starts pricking. So this shows the Nabi chakra. So then, this is the Nabi chakra. So you know that, from within, this chakra there is some problem because if there is either pinching or the vibrations are not flowing, there's a pain or whatever, it will indicate to you. Other fingers, it's okay. But here, the attention is going here because there is a block. The energy is not flowing. So then you understand, acha, Nabi, this is Nabi chakra. First, we should know this is the middle finger, right? Then, who are the deities? So you'll see this chart gives you the deities. Okay, what qualities are there? If the chakra is okay, what qualities will come? So you have the right behavior, well-being, evolution, and all of that. Okay, on the Nabi. Then, why does it get into a problem? So now when we have a lot of family problems, household problems, so this is given in brief. So this is what will tell you, acha, where is my problem? Or you go and search for Nabi chakra in in the Sahaja Yoga called Nabi, or you can go to and then you will listen to those speeches, and suddenly it will click. Oh, this could be the reason why, or stomach part, physically. Similarly, when we have given you all the presentations, you please keep them. When you go there, you'll understand, acha, these are the reasons why my Nabi chakra is catching. So you should know how to decode whatever you're feeling. The Kundalini is explaining it to you, so you should be able to decode it. So I think we will send you this chart. So this is handy. Plus, you have the presentations with you. Those are basics. And then when you keep listening to Shrimatiji's lecture, also you'll get a lot of things which will come out of that. Okay. So in this way, you can decode from the chakra chart. And then you can do introspection as to really what is the reason. Today my Nabi is catching. What did I do today because of it? It started catching. Or it could be Swadhisthana, or it could be Agnya Chakra. And this is, of course, you can feel it in sensitivity. But sometimes it is on the outside, Like, for example, today you're depressed. On the outside itself, my energy level is down. And once this is coming from the Ida Nadi, why does Ida Nadi catch? What are the reasons? What should I do to balance it out? Okay, in meditation, what should I do? What prayer should I say? So this is the aspect of decoding. So the symptoms are you can see them outside also. You don't have to only feel from the vibrations. This will tell you properly, but sometimes from the outside itself you can make out. Let us say, for example, we feel very angry. You're feeling very frustrated today. You feel angry on everybody. So the anger we know is Swadhisthana chakra. So you know that anger is coming because my Swadhisthana is not okay. So from outside also you can know, acha, this is coming because of this. For example, we have got a cold, which is very obvious. Then we know Vishuddhi chakra is caught up. And even if you have not, gone to a cold or place or exposed yourself to cold, still you keep getting it. Then we know, acha, this is something to do with Vishuddhi chakra. Right? So why does my Vishuddhi catching? So this is how you decode, and then you go deeper. And when you remove those problems, the chakra becomes okay. All right. So this is, I think, we have to understand that is how you take it ahead. So I hope I've summarized what is it that we have to do importantly. I will again go back to this slide. Is meditation very important? Foot soaking, cleanse it, because the only way you can correct the chakra also is by meditation and foot soaking. Even though you have a cold, when you meditate and foot soak, it goes away. Okay, that is the remedy for that. But it should not come again. And that is where we have to check the vibrations and do introspection. Why did it come in the first place? All right. So now what can I do so that I don't get into this trouble again? And for that, you can also listen to Srimati's lecture. And I think so if you just do these simple things, it's very easy to take it ahead. And once in a week, I have a request that you have to go to the center and attend this. Okay. So this is how it is. So now what we will do is we will listen to one speech of Srimati, where she explains about this, how to take it ahead. And she explains about the decoding and all of that. And then, of course, we will have a small question and answer session. Okay. So this is what we will do.
You see, in Sahaja Yoga, you are not given any mantra or anything. There's nothing like giving you into a big course, like teaching you one after another any mantra or anything. It's not like that. What you have to know, where the kundalini is, how it is moved, where it is, what is the chakra catching, and what is the mantra. It doesn't take anything. Hardly takes about a week for you to understand the whole thing. But gradually as you start using it, you become proficient and you know how to do it for yourself and for others. There is not much of a thing like a child. When he comes up a little age, it starts picking up language because he has a built-in capacity to create sound. And he does it. In the same way, once you get it, when you get the cool breeze in your hand, you learn it by using it. You understand it yourself. You become yourself quite proficient, and you will be amazed how fast you learn this thing. You don't have to learn it just like a science book or anything. You just start learning it, that this is the chakra it is catching, because now, say, for example, this chakra is catching. Right side. Now there's a mantra for this, is of Sri Krishna. Say, this chakra is catching. Here, then this is the mantra of Jesus Christ. Like that. You must know the mantras and the chakras. But the chakras you just know as absolutely a knowledge which is built in your nerves. You just feel it. This is, now this gentleman is saying it's hot here. Alright, what is that? Hot here means what? That the Sahasrara at the left side. First he crossed the Sahasrara on the right side. Now on the left side is there. So that means there is a mantra for that. And that one must be used. If you use that mantra, this will be cleared. Alright? That is how you have to know. And that's why I said it takes time for people sometimes to establish, because first you have to know it and then use it. Come along. Are you come for the first time? Alright, come along. Come along this side. So it is not a difficult thing. It is not at all a difficult thing to learn. It's very easy. You can pick it up in no time. As soon as you start using your hands on other people, Please be seated. Please be seated. All right. Just see them, some people come along. Now these people say, who are the latest who have come to Sahaja Yoga? Let's say, the latest ones. Say those who have come about a month back. See, he came back, she came back only 1 month back. And
This is his first time.
He was there on Monday.
much
No, okay, he was there on Monday.
Monday, all right. He's got it. But you see, have you been giving vibrations now?
Yeah.
In 1 month, it's done. So you can imagine. And you know about the chakras now? About the mantras? Yes.
Not all.
See? That's it. It's very simple. If you pay attention to it, you can do it much faster. There are many people who are here within a month, 1 month's time. They picked up so many things. Many. Within 1 month's time. It's all right. Because you become the knowledge. You start feeling it on your fingers, you know this is the chakra. If this finger is, say, burning, that means your left heart is catching. If your left heart is catching, then you know because it's burning. Then there's nothing to go to the books or anything to find out, it's just burning, it's there. Isn't it? That means the left heart is catching. Now only you have to know why when the left heart is catching, the decoding only. What does that mean? Your hands will speak, Christ has said, all right? They will speak, I am just decoding it. Now you see for yourself it is true or not. What does that mean? Left heart means there's a problem on the heart. Maybe the person is over hard working. He has forgotten about his spirit. The mantra is you have to say I am the spirit for left heart. It's so simple. Because you have forgotten about your spirit, you are more on the right side in the sense you are more you are an extrovert and more attention is outside, not towards your spirit. Left heart is catching. You start understanding Sahaja Yoga so well when your vibrations are steady. Now this finger, this is catching. Now this is catching means the person has been to somebody who is unauthorized in spiritual life. Anything. Say ESP, you call it EST, then you have got parapsychology, even psychology. Then you have got other things like all these gurus, false gurus, you can say this aura business. What else is there? Just now he was telling. Supernatural and undernatural and all these things, you know. All alternatives you can think of. Anything you can think of, all these things, and the books and the lamas and the dhammas and everything. Even people who go sort of adhere to a church too much or adhere to Catholicism again, because they are not connected with God and they are unauthorized. But if you have been to a real guru, then immediately I will know. You won't have this problem and ascent will be very fast if you have been to real guru. But how many are real these days? In the market only those who are marketing are there, isn't it? In the market only the buyers and the shopkeepers. It's a marketplace now. So the real gurus are not to be seen. There are, of course I know there are many real gurus also. But wherever they are not in the market. I am the only person fighting them and telling them off, see. None of them are willing to come down or to concede to anything. They said these human beings are hopeless. They said 12 years you work for them, then we'll come down. They want me alone to fight the whole thing. Doesn't matter. So now it's a marketplace in which there are buyers and there are simple, naive customers. They just put such absurd things like somebody says, all right, I want to sell a big palace with this and that and all that. Only you have to deposit 2,000 pounds. All right. People will be quite willing to do, oh, what a bargain, let's pay 2,000. And the palace may belong to the queen. If you go there and ask them which palace you want to say, this is the palace, and that belongs to the queen, you say. This is unauthorized. Unauthorized people who have nothing to do with God, who claim that they have something to do with God, is false, And that's why they catch on this finger. And what do? They use all these techniques. These techniques are called in Sanskrit language as avidya. Avidya means non-knowledge. You can say that is not knowledge. Something anti-knowledge, anti-God. This is anti-God. So for that the mantra is Shuddha Vidya, means the pure technique is the mantra. Pure technique is the mantra. Pure means the one that comes from the spirit. Now what they are doing is the pure technique because it's flowing in them. If they are moving their hand, there is a power flowing through them and they are working it out. It's not just a acrobatic thing that is going on. So the pure knowledge, for example, the way they are raising these candles now in my presence, and they themselves are realized souls, it's working out. So this is all is the pure vidya, is the pure knowledge and pure technique. And those who have not done this have gone to such people, they have put their heads before them, knees before them, have done something that should not have been done. So this is it. And that's how if you catch on this thumb, left hand, that means a person has been to somebody like that. But with that, if you have any catch on this void or void here in the stomach part, this is left swadhisthana, is placed here down below, which moves like that all over, and this becomes right swadhisthana, this side. Now supposing a person catches all round here, is void, and all round here. Is called as the void. We call it void. It's not the Zen void, but the void is the crossing point, which is the viscera, is the stomach part. Where abdomen, you can call it, abdomen part. And this part, if it is catching, that means these are the 10 principles of the Guru. If this is catching, means you have hurt your principle of Guru, your principle of a master. That means you have gone to some very wrong master. If this is catching, that means that. Now, just now as I said, his void is catching. The Kundalini will be wobbling there. You can see it with your own eyes also. You can see the Kundalini just, poor things, pulsating there. You can see the whole stomach going into a trauma. And then you have to say the mantra of the primordial master. Anyone you can do it. See, Guru Nanak's name you can take, Muhammad's name you can take, all of them are prophets. Moses' name, Abraham, all these are there. So if you take their names, the Kundalini can be brought up. You can strengthen that part. Then the Kundalini is pushed up. So all these so-called yogas, also like physical yoga. Now in the physical yoga, you will catch this finger, this one, and this finger. This ring finger here, and this finger. This is heart. Means you are paying too much attention to your physical thing. Anybody who is working also physically too much can also catch this. Plus this. Because when you go into action too much, also, as a result of that, the fumes of your action create your ego. This is one of the biggest problems of the West, you see. They are not aware that they have a ego. But after realization, they start seeing the balloon floating like this. They see that, and then they come and tell me, Mother, I am catching on my right arm. It's a very delicate stuff. You can't tell anybody you have got ego, that you will have it, you see. So you have to be very careful when you are talking to them. But actually, so many people felt there is ego in them, so they took to. Even people, when they feel they have too much ego, they take to alcoholism because they are frightened of themselves. They can't just bear, they want to escape that part. So people are quite conscious. But after realization, it becomes a complete understanding, because you start feeling a little pain sometimes in this finger, you feel a pain here, and you know that you have got this Mr. Ego just coming up. So then you know how to twist it and take it out. How to bring it out. So you start understanding yourself and you start understanding others. I don't have to tell. You know yourself. Now we have certain things like we use vibrated water for clearing your void. Now what is vibrated water? It is nothing that but these divine vibrations are put into it. And they go and start bombarding that area and try to improve it. We have cured so many people of stomach cancers and all those things with it. Even we can cure what you call blood cancers and things with Sahaja Yoga. So many have been cured. You can cure. You can do it. No problem. You can do it. But what one has to do to be steadily moving about with Sahaja Yoga. Now, for example, you have a conception about Christ. Say, for example, you have. Now, that conception may not be the real conception of Christ. May not be. Maybe. So, keep your eyes open. Now, what I say in Sahaja Yoga, you can verify it. But do not deny it. First, verify it. Supposing you go as a scientist, you have to go and see for yourself, isn't it? You just don't deny at the gate, no, this cannot be true. Because whatever you know is your own conception. Get inside, all right. Now, when you get inside, keep your eyes open and see for yourself. And then once you start seeing it, that's the best way, is knowing. Because what you see is through your vibratory awareness. For example, now you want to ask a question, say, Mother, is there God? Just ask a question thrice and you'll find the vibrations will increase. It's a fact. But if you ask about TM, you may get even burning. Vibrations will stop. Better ask about God so that we have vibration.
Okay, so what we'll do now is before we get into the final question and answer, let us just meditate for some time. Okay, so we have heard a speech today, and for about 2-3 minutes, we will get into that meditation state. And again, our objective in meditation is first, of course, to awaken the Kundalini, bring ourselves into balance, and be in that state when the Kundalini comes here to the Sahasrara and nourishes this Sahasrara chakra, because all the chakras are here. And every day, if we can get nourishment, then automatically it leads to the improvement of the chakras, sensitivity increases, a lot of things will happen. So meditation is very, very important. Okay, so come, now let us sit in meditation. Keep both the hands on the lap. Okay, and the steps of meditation, which is the balancing, it's very important. So we keep the right hand towards Mother Earth, the left hand towards Shri Mataji's photograph. So here we will pray that Mother, please balance our Ida Nadi. And we will feel the energy flow increasing on our left hand. Similarly, we can feel maybe something is going out of the right hand. So just watch, like, without getting involved in it, without concentrating, without trying to push anything, without having any effort. Just watch, seeing what is happening within us. Now we will keep the right hand on the lap, left hand towards the sky. So now this balances the Pingala Nadi and all the chakras which are there on the Pingala Nadi also. Because these two nadis are outward facing. So when our attention goes on the outside, when we open our eyes, when we interact with people, the effect of that comes on our two nadis of Ida and Pingala. And when it creates imbalance, we have a lot of problems. So, in meditation, the first is to remove that imbalance. And by doing this, the Kundalini comes and balances the chakras and nadis. So, we are giving an outlet for the extra heat to go away into the sky. And here we pray, Mother, please bring our Pingala Nadi into balance and all the chakras. And when we surrender our efforts, don't put any pressure from our side, it works still better. And slowly the energy in the right hand increases, left hand, you feel something going into the sky. Just watch. Finally, we'll keep both the hands on the lap, fingers open, and just allow the energy which is coming from the photograph to just fill us. Open our chakras, open our sahasrara, and let us pray that Mataji, we would like to feel the joy of that Atma, the union with that, the yoga. And we would like to feel the state of the Samadhi, where there is absolute peace and joy and balance. Let us now slowly open our eyes and we will thank Shmataji. Shmataji, all these classes, you have so beautifully explained all the aspects of Sahaja Yoga, and not only that, given us the knowledge, but given us the experience of it. So we surrender and thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you very much for this meditation and for everything. Let us slowly raise our Kundalini and put Bandha. Okay. So now I would request that if there are any questions, you could please ask. And if it is okay, I would also request all of you to please open your videos and, also share what all you have learned. And, if you want to give any feedbacks, because we would also like to see, because I've not seen any of you. And if it is okay with you, otherwise, it's all right. If you would like to speak and say anything, I see that there's a question which has come. Which is a direct question by Dhanush. How do other living beings get their self-realization? So I would like to know what is the meaning of other living beings. So if you can clarify that, then yes,
Hi,
Dhanush.
Bhaiya. Good evening. Like, see, we are the humans. Like, we
Yeah.
have Mataji to get our self-realization
Yeah.
and to understand
Okay.
the like entire process of life.
Mm.
But we can see some like other living beings, like dog, like so many, like
Yeah.
other than Homo sapiens. Like they're also they're they're also like having their own life. Like how do they will get their self-realization?
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
what happened to us?
Yeah, I just wanted to cross verify. Yeah, I understood the question. All right. So if you look at the evolution, okay,
Yeah.
we have all come out of that same life, right? So we were also dogs, and maybe we were monkeys, and we were, and if you take it back, we were a single, cell organs, which was called as amoeba. Okay, life started from there. So this is the cycle of creation. So and slowly and steadily over, so many years. Actually, you have put on your video, huh? So I will add you into the spotlight. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, then. Yeah. Hi. So it's nice to see some face finally.
Yeah.
So slowly and steadily, God has taken us through the evolution. So when we look at the Dashavataras, it nothing depicts but how we have been brought from that state of water state to amphibian to small human beings to a full human being. And when he became, we were converted into a full human being when Krishna came. So what happened was that our awareness, see, what is the meaning of evolution? That slowly and steadily in our conscious mind, this brain, what we were perceiving many, many thousands of years back and what we now understand of life is so different, isn't it? That is the awakening. That is what is called as the evolution of man. In our conscious mind, we have grown. Okay. And how do we grow? Again, through the cycle of life and death. So, once we are there for some years, then we have to die. We again come back. And the
Come
same.
back as a human being, or like it
Yes.
could be like
So once you have now attained a certain state, you come back as a more evolved state, right? So slowly the animals, we have moved from that animal state to this state, and only when you move to a state of human beings, can you become aware of God Almighty? So now in this life, that's why I think it's a very good question you asked, because in this life, the awareness of feeling of energy is actually a state of evolution, which happened when the advent of Shrimataji. In 1970, when she broke open the Sahasrara, we have, as human beings, have moved to another additional state, which others are not able to feel, perceive. And hence, it is so important now, and she has explained that how do we now move to that state. Okay, so we have to be very lucky, and hence we have to again keep on going to that state. If we do not evolve, then we will be there in the lower state. So for self-realization, it is possible only for human beings, because the chakras, so the animals also have chakras and nadis and kundalini, everything is there. Even if you take a single cell, in that also this whole thing is built up.
Yeah.
But the evolution, the movement, or the awakening can happen only on a evolved life, and which is human beings. So animals are, as they say in the pasha, in the bonds of God, and slowly and steadily they will also be taken up, and when they become in their next lives, into other higher states of being, then they will be able to feel. And that is what happens when the conscious mind becomes more subtler and aware of it. So if you are talking about Kundalini awakening and feeling and understanding God Almighty, it is possible only in the human state. So we have to be very, very thankful that we have come into this state, and we have to be again another thankful that we have been
Like I
introduced
have another one question.
in
People,
Kundalini, so to be able to do it. Yeah? I hope you understood
yeah,
one part of that question. Yeah.
like people like will do some, you know, like not on the policies of human beings, like they will murder and they will die at last.
Correct. Correct.
What happened to their next evolution? Like,
Yes. So
will they, will they take rebirth as a human being, or like it could be like, uh,
yes.
below?
Yeah. So no. So what happens is, whatever we do, that is what is called as karmas, right? So the
Yeah.
karmas are recorded into our chakras and nadis. So when we die, okay, whatever we have done, whatever we do in this life is recorded, and that is where Kundalini is the recorder. She records everything which is there, not only in this life, but whatever we have done in all our previous lives. And whatever, let us say, for example, as you said, murder, it is
Yes.
against the Nabi chakra. The Nabi chakra gets completely imbalanced, and again when you come back next life, you come back with certain problems related to that chakra. So sometimes people say, "Arey, what happened? What did he do wrong? That he is born as a handicapped. Something has happened
Okay.
which is not normal." Is because something is brought back from the previous life. It continues. So hence we say, please cleanse the chakras, please open up, please practice the great divine qualities, because then when you come back into a higher state of awareness. Otherwise, the cycle of life and death does not does not get okay. So now, like for example, now let us say he has done all of this and come back in the next life, and he realizes, no, I think now I have to seek God. And when he gets a realization, then all his karmas, past karmas, gets washed away by the Kundalini. Because then he
Okay.
has started searching for God and gets connected to this almighty force. So that
Okay.
is how you can get out of the cycle of life and death. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you'll come back with all those problems. And those problems, some people who have great qualities of the chakras and nadis, when they come back with it's not that it's lost. So that's why nobody dies.
Disabilities. Yeah.
And sometimes we say, "Arey, how did it come all of a sudden?" There are some people at a very small age, they get everything because understanding, because it comes back with them. All the qualities of the chakras, what they've done, comes back with them. So it's very interesting. So when you listen to Shumataji's speeches, she has explained all of this. So
Okay.
thank you for
As you
asking.
said, it got recorded. Can we like, can we, can we know about our past?
What is told is that we do not have to know about the past. So there is another imbalance which is there. Okay,
Okay.
what we need to know and progress. Progress happens when we have to be in the present. Right? So some people want to know about the past, and there are some people who want to know what's going to happen to them in the
In
future.
future. Yeah.
Am I going to become rich? I will be popular.
Okay.
Will I get a car? Will I get two houses? That's future of no use. Okay, and similarly, what happened in the past is finished and dead. Okay, so if you dwell into that, you get into a dangerous area called a subconscious mind. And if
Yeah.
you go into the future, you get into a mind called a supraconscious mind. But we
Yeah.
have to be in the conscious mind. The reality is in the conscious mind. The other two are sitting on top as two yellow colored balloons that we show are the subconscious mind and supraconscious mind. So
Yeah.
inside yoga, we do not want to also even think about the past. We
Yeah.
say,
Yeah. Yeah.
let us be in the present, and how do I progress on my chakras and nadis in the present? And that is what is the most important. That's where progression happens. Other two
Yeah.
places you just go out of of the reality.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anybody else? Yeah. Sanvi, you would like to say
Um,
something?
Yeah, I just want to ask, like, as in the speech of Sri Mataji,
Hmm.
she told about Bhav Sagar avoid,
Yes.
and there are 10 gurus.
Correct.
And the place on the hands is, I think, just around our that palm. So,
Yes.
is there any?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Is there any specified place for any specified guru? Like I
Uh,
have read somewhere, like Jarustra, if you want to just heal your kidney, Jarustra guru is responsible for that. So what about like all gurus, their roles and how they other what kind of disease can be cured by which guru, like Guru Nanak Dev Ji, like Shirdi Sai Baba Ji. So is there any such kind of in detail? I just wanted to know about the Bhav Sagar.
yeah. Yeah. Okay. See, they are all actually the same. There is no difference between each of them. Okay. It is one incarnation. I have come at different times of life. Okay, and they have so it is Adi Guru Dattatreya. There's only one guru who has come, and he came at different times. When he came, he was known as different names, and at different times he taught told people to move from one era to another era of understanding. Okay, so first of all, there is no difference between Zarathustra, as you saying, or Guru Nanaka, or as Moses or Muhammad Prophet. There is no difference. Okay, so they are all one. It's that he is there in the Nabi. It's not that in the Nabi there is a specific location.
Okay.
No. Okay, but of course there are. Srimataji has said sometimes that of course there are five of them sit on one left side on the right side. That's all she has told. But otherwise, sometimes in fleeting reference, she has said. If there's any problem related to the organs connecting to the void, Nabhi and the Swadhisthana chakra. The whole stomach area is looked after by these three things. Okay, so depending upon the person, whoever it is. So she sometimes says, "Acha, if he's a Parsi, then she says, you please pray to him. Your this problem will go away." And then people think, "Acha, that kidney problem or this problem is related to that." No, it is
Mhm.
related to that chakra, and the moment you take the name of any of these gurus, your
Okay.
that area will become nice. That's why she said, in the speech today, if you will say, she said,
Yes, yes.
mentioned that, isn't it? You
Yeah,
either
she
take
said
the
any of
name,
the gurus. Yeah, yeah.
any of the names is okay. There is no problem.
Okay.
It is not related one organ to one of the
Okay, okay.
gurus. No.
Yes,
But
fine.
in each of their incarnations, what have they said? You have,
Mm-hmm.
it is very important to study. It's very nice. And at
Yes.
the end of it, you will realize they have said exactly the same thing. You know, most of
Okay.
it is exactly the same. It's very interesting. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
So we need not take the names of all the gurus while meditating, or Adi Guru Dattatreya only.
That is enough. Om Toyam
Okay.
Sakshat, Sri Adi Guru Dattatreya Sakshat. But if you
Great.
feel like I'd gone recently to a place, there was a beautiful Gurudwara. We had gone in a place called Leh, and there's a miracle which happened when he was sitting there. A stone came and hit him. One of the rakshasas there, or a bad person, threw a stone, big rock, down the. And at that place, when we meditated, when we and my wife and my children had gone, so we just sat down and there we told the name of Guru Nanak Ji. Ki Om
Mhm.
Toya Sakshat, Sri Guru Nanak Ji Sakshat. Beautiful vibrations were flowing. No,
Okay.
so depending upon whatever you feel, okay. Like now, for example, on the birthday of Muhammad Saab, if you take his name, it's beautiful vibration. During the birthday of Shirdi Sainath ji, if you remember him, beautiful vibrations will flow. It
Yes.
doesn't matter. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay. So then if there is any other question, you'd like to say anything. So today will be our last class for this session. So it does not mean that we'll still continue. Every Tuesday and Friday it will be there. We will be starting a new batch. So my suggestion is, of course, first of all, you should come to our centers. Physical center is very important. If it is there close by to you, please make time and go to the center. Okay, physically going there is very important. But if you still want to understand, because once you first time when you listen, sometimes it does not register. So if you would like to come back to these sessions, so every Tuesday and Friday we will still continue same time, but we will be starting a fresh batch, and then we will be taking them to again the whole whatever basics that we have covered. And sometimes when we say, every time we say, it will be different. Some aspects we cover, some aspects we don't cover, some aspects you would have not attended. So you are almost welcome, most welcome to again join this batch again. Okay, so you can be in the group. We will also put it in the group, and then we can take it ahead. All right. Is there anything else? Any other question? Please let me know. And you can always contact us also directly. You have our numbers on the chat, on the group. Great. So if there's nothing else, then we will close the class here, and for this session, and we will come back to the introduction session, and then the basics of the chakras and nadis. All right. So thank you so much for being part of this and sustaining and coming. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you so much.